Welcome. In this video, we're going to do a solo playthrough of The Few and Cursed. So in this game with the solo variants, I've already done one with the Cursed Chaser, so I'll go ahead and do the Dark Art. So this will be my first time doing this. Our objective, collect 4 artifacts and share the same space as the Crow Prime. So the artifacts we get on the 4 corner locations, and Crow Prime is going to randomly pop up at one of those places over time. Losing the game is lost if a monster enters San Andreas or if your health ever drops to 0. So this is going to be a lot of movement on this one, not so much fighting. Of course, with the solo variants, at the end of your turn, if you have not defeated one of the most wanted characters on this side, which I'll move closer into the board, we're going to discard one off the top. So finishing up our setup. Like I said, this is a big board, so I'm going to try to keep everything on this because the main focus is going to be this map. So we do have encounters off to the side. We've got Cursed Encounters, which has a little skull on the top. Then our regular encounters. We're going to take the 4 monsters, randomly shuffle those up. And they're going to go over here, face down, so I don't know what order they're in. Take the rest of the bad guys. They'll be shuffled up. And we're going to distribute basically 3 on 2 stacks and then 2 on the other stacks. And reveal the top of each of those. Like I said, I'm not planning on doing much fighting in this because I'm going to have to move like crazy to get to our artifacts. Then our main stack of cards, which is rather huge, or upgrades. We'll give this a shuffle, take some of those, and then shuffle these in with the others. And then... hard to shuffle this many cards for myself. Throw those in there and do a little bit better shuffling on these. So we've got that nice and randomized. And for our so-called hero, going with this guy, he's coming in with 12 money, starts with 3 health, 2 bullets, with a max of 3 bullets to start with. And as far as Cursed, he's got a threshold of 2. For jobs, we're going to get 4 of these, choose 2 to keep, and discard the others. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need to have a capacity of 6 bullets, which is something we'll probably be getting to. At the end of the game, score 1 for every $3 you are holding. With this guy, that could be good. Believer, well, if we get down to 0 health, we've lost the game, so we're definitely not keeping that one. And spending 7 movement with all the movement we need for this, yeah, not keeping that one either. So some fairly good or easy choices for that one. So just hide those up here. We've got our regular wanted cards out on this side. Now we need to set up our shop. So when we do go shopping, we can always spend money to buy bullets, 2 to increase our bullet capacity, 3 to increase our curse threshold, and 4 to increase our health. And in the shop, starting out with a harmonica, a knife, and a Gatling gun. Nice. And then for our starting hand, 2, 3, 4. Got our Persian movement, King of Old Money, and 2 cursed cards. So the phases of the game, we've got improvise. We'll look at the top 2 cards of the upgrade deck, add 1 to your hand and discard the other. Counter phase, if we're in San Andreas, we can choose to either shop or visit the job board. If we're outside San Andreas, we draw on a counter card. In the actions phase, we're going to be generating our resources. And during all that, we can do one of these actions. And then cleanup phase, discard, draw up to 4 cards, turn to San Andreas if we shuffled by any effect other than camping. Monsters are going to move towards San Andreas. And then 5, the cleanup phase, that's where the solo variant comes in. If we did not capture a most wanted bounty, we discard one from the pile of our choosing. So the game's always progressing towards the monsters coming out. So we're ready to begin. So we start improvising. So we've got 3 fight or 2 fight and draw a card. And I always like going through our stack or getting extra cards in our hand. So we'll keep the dodge and punch, discarding the hired gun. Then we get to go on the job search or shopping. We're going to go shopping, of course. So once per shop, we can take everything out of the market, discard them in any order. We're going to keep the Gatling gun on top. Let's see what other 3 items pop out. Got a torch, so during improvise, draw 3 cards instead of 2. Harmonica, and a horse for movement. Well, that Gatling gun is sweet. A torch along with a horse is awesome too. We're going to buy the torch first, just to see what else comes out. Found a belt. So every turn we can get an extra bullet, which is another good one. But the horse is probably going to be more useful with all the movement we've got to do. So we're going to spend 6 to get ourselves a horse. So boots is next up out on the list. So now our actions phase. We're going to bank up 2 attack and draw a card. Getting more attack. We'll grab 2 money. Give us 2 movement. So we've got 3 movement, 4 fight. So 1, 2, 3 movement. Those took up 2 fight. We had plenty to cover that. And for our action, we're going to camp. That means we're going to take our hand, discard pile, anything we played, and our deck and shuffle. We also gain a health. And naturally, that's going to end our turn. So go ahead and ready everything up. We didn't defeat anything over here, so we'll take one of the villains off the stack. And our next turn. So we go improvising. So now we get to look at 3 cards. All right, fight, money, cursed, combat. Well, we've got movement and drawing a card. So we're going to gallop. Keep that one. Oh, yes. We would have had 4 cards drawn. So in counter phase, we're at a canyon site. A bullet kicks up dirt and embeds itself in the ground next to you. It takes you a moment to realize a sniper has you in their crosshairs. You can escape by spending 3 movement or stand your ground to lose a health. Well, I know I want 2 movement. So we'll spend this 2 movement along with our horse to get us out of that mess. Not cool being shot at for no reason. So then we'll bank 2 movement and draw a card. Getting her cursed. Use our action. And I just put these randomly out at the beginning. So we get to choose from one of these 3 artifacts. And those 3 artifacts are the twins. So into the game, victory points on this side, her grit. 3 attack, 2 bullets, 2 movement, 2 money, draw a card. Or 2 attack, 2 movement, and 2 money. We'll go with some faith here. So that goes to her hand. These removed from the game. So bank 2 more movement, grab 2 money, and draw a card. 2 more money. Got 1 attack built up. and another movement. So there's 2 movement and an attack and a movement. And in that phase, on our turn, discarding, drawing 4 cards. Get rid of a card over here. So improvise, drawing 3. We're going to gallop. Or take that. Now we're in the ruins. So a woman covered in shroud waves to you with her gnarled hand. She is a healer and says she will reduce your curse for a bit of water. You can pay her 2 money and we'll go down 2 or turn her down. Well, we don't have any curse, so we'll say no thanks. And that would be readied. So we're going to give us 2 movement along with 2 attack and draw a card. So that gets us back to San Andreas. We're going to use our action to gain 7 money. So we're up to 13. Go ahead and grab another money. And end our turn. Discard all the cards in our hand. We need to draw 4, which means we need to shuffle. Which means we'd be going back to San Andreas anyway. All right, a Swordmaster, Gallop, Cursed, and another Gallop. Would have been nice to get some more money. Get rid of a card over here. Getting replaced. Improvise, so 3 cards. Uppercut, Plan B, and a hired gun. Well, fighting's always good, but Plan B, we might need to get rid of some cursed here in a bit. We can go shopping, which is what we're going to choose. And then we're going to spend 10 money to get the Gatling gun. So that takes up both of our gun slots down here. These are both items. We will cycle while we're here just to see what pops up. Revolver is pretty good too, along with the Colt Walker and some boots. So we've got 4 money left. Oops, got these backwards. We're going to spend 2 money to increase there, and then 2 money to buy some bullets. Now our actions phase. Gallop, bank 2 movement, draw a card. Got another gallop, bank 2 money, draw a card. Bank 2 fight. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 movement and 1 attack. So we've taken care of 1 attack and all that. We're going to go up 1 cursed, copy the effect of another card you played this phase. If it's an artifact, we lose a health. So we're going to copy the gallop, plus 2 movement and draw a card. We still have a fight left over, so we'll move over here. Then we'll play on the Plan B, getting another attack, but more importantly, going back down on the curse track. Then grab some money, or a money. End our turn. Wait, we didn't do an action yet, I don't believe. Nope, we just did the encounter, which was a store, so our action. We get to grab one of these artifacts. So with these, draw 3 cards, 4 movement and a curse, or a fight, 3 movement and 2 money. Like I said, I want to steer away from the cursed. That does seem awesome, but I think we're going with the book. So that goes to her hand, removed from the game. And we'll go ahead and play all these, so we'll end up with 2 fight, 5 movement, and 2 money. So there's 1 fight, 2 movement, 3, 4, 5 movement. So we need 2 fight, which we had, but we're taking 2 cursed, which is going to flip us over. So we need to spend a money or suffer a wound. So we'll spend that and call that a turn. So drawing 4. Got our faith, cursed, some movement, and another cursed. And remove a card from over here. So improvising with 3 cards. And I guess we'll take some quick reflexes. And we are in a cursed location. So the Map Man kids, we need to spend 5 fight to brawl with him, which gets us 3 bullets. Spend 3 money, buy a map, move to any ruins. We don't want to move right now, or sucker punch, losing a health. Well, just very easily, we're going to use our Gatling gun, spending 3 bullets to give us 9 fight. 1, 2, 3. So that defeats it. Then we get 3 bullets back. Of course, this doesn't get exhausted. We can just use this as long as we still have the bullets to pay for it. So we've taken care of that. Our action is to get one of these 3. So with these, we've got a Touch of Evil, trash a card from your hand to improvise again, or Jar of Dirt, gets us 2 grit every time we play it, or the Fang, 4 combat, but we get a little cursed, and our cursed is not looking, well, it's not very high. So I think we'll take a Touch of Evil. Then we're going to trash a card from our hand to improvise again, trashing one of our cursed cards. And that's just an improvise. I believe this is during the improvise phase. This is just an improvise action. So we've got a Call to Darkness and Supernatural Speed. We're taking the speed. And just knowing we're going to end up going back to San Andreas. Not too concerned about getting cursed with movement. So we'll play that to get 2 money and draw a card. Then end our turn. Discard. We will keep this in hand. So drawing 3. So we'll get these 2, shuffle. So drawing 1 more, and since we're shuffling, we're going to end up back at San Andreas. Galloped. Move a card from over here. And our next round, so improvising. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, a curse, but we get to draw 3 cards, and it's Dark Arts, which is the name of this one. 2 movement. Really want to get rid of Cursed. That's a really nice card. We're going to go with Roll and Shoot, though. No, we won't. We'll go with Dark Arts. That's too good a card. Drawing 3. So for our encounter phase, we're going to go shopping. Let's see, 6 bullets is good. So we're going to increase our bullet capacity by 2, taking us up to 6. which is immediately going to finish this one. So we're going to grab a money and 3 grit. So we finally got some victory points. Grabbing a money, which we're going to spend for a bullet. And we've got that complete. Of course, with this one, there's nothing to complete. Then for our actions phase, we're going to grab 2 money. Make 2 movement and draw a card. So we've got 3 movement, 6 movement, 6 movement to fight and draw a card. Grab another money. We're cursed, so we need to spend a money. So we've got 6 movement, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets us cursed. So we're going to take a damage. We've got 2 more movement. And we haven't used any combat yet, so there's 1 combat. Then we're getting cursed again, which hurts again. But our actual action is going to get us our 4th and final artifact. And in the state we're in, I like the Youth Elixir, giving us a health and -1 curse. The rate we're going, we need that. But of course, 6 fights always good. And improvising again. Yeah, we're going Elixir. Put that in her hand, giving us a health. And down on the curse track. Ending our turn. We're going to choose to keep the Dark Arts. No, we'll discard it. Draw 4. Lose another card over here. So we're going to improvise 3 cards. So we don't want any more curse, so those 2 cards are out. Jack of all trades, discard a card from your hand to draw 2 cards. Basically, we're getting rid of this and another. Not a huge fan of that one, but I don't like any of those. So our counter is going to be cursed. So we need to spend 3 money, but we go down 2 here, which sounds good. 3 attack gets us 2 money, or we get overwhelmed, which is bad. So what we're going to do is play that to discard a card and draw 2 cards. Then I guess we'll just use our horse along with leaving the paths behind for our 4 movement, which will take us down 2 on the track. So we're no longer cursed. Go to our actions phase. We're going to bank 2 movement and draw a card. Then we'll bank 2 more movement, get 2 money, and draw a card. Then we're going to trash a card from our hand to improvise again. So we're going to get rid of the Swordmaster. So +2 bullets or +3 movement. We'll go with bullets and go ahead and play that to get us at least 1 bullet. Then we'll play that for 2 more money. Use our action to gain 7 money. So get rid of 3. And call it a turn and discard. So drawing 4. Let's see. We're going to get a monster anywhere we go, so we'll just see where this one's going to pop up. It's Crow Prime, jumping in right where we're at. And just like that, in a twist of fate, we are sharing a space with Crow Prime. And we have collected all 4 artifacts. So that's the win condition for this. Now, grit-wise, we didn't do too good. So we ended up, well, we got 3 grit from this. At the end of the game, score 1 for every 3 money you are holding. So we've got 13 money, so that's going to get us 4 grit. So we go up to 7. Then we can count the points on our artifacts. Which is going to be 16. Which takes us up to 23. So nothing worth bragging about, but it does go down as a victory. We got our 4 artifacts. And that's how you play the Dark Arts with these solo variants. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.